As it pertains to the Las Vegas Raiders, I think there's a lot of things that people have general misconceptions about, and I understand it. Okay, especially Raiders fans. I've spoken to many of them. A couple of them are my buddies, and I have to be honest. Some are hopeful, some are grim, or however the saying goes, and some just are in the middle. I will say, though, that I think that the general misconception with the Raiders is that they are stuck in a division with the Chargers and the Chiefs. Now, they are. Mainly the Chiefs, not the Chargers. But point is this. Yes, the Chiefs are probably going to be in the Super Bowl representing the AFC for at least the next 5 years, at least. But there's something we need to take into consideration. We need to think about, and that is the Raiders are closer than we think. In my mind, there's a lot of reasons for this, but we're going to, before we get into all the different reasons, make sure you guys like and subscribe down below, leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten, and we continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Now, as it pertains to the Las Vegas Raiders, I think that Derek Carr is kind of slept on in some regards. Now, I think he's either a diet or slightly more sugar-rated version of Kirk Cousins, because as a Vikings fan, I can tell you, watching both quarterbacks, having played against the Raiders a couple times, he keeps you in football games, but, at the end of the day, he's not Aaron Rodgers. But, again, not a lot of quarterbacks are. But I think that, the frustration with Derek Carr that is valid with a lot of Raiders fans, but I got to be honest with you. At least he's better than his brother. But point is, I think he's a great quarterback. I think he can actually get the job done for the Raiders, and I think he gets a little bit too much flack, because in my mind, if the Raiders even had a top 15 defense, like top 15, top half of the league, the Raiders would be a playoff team easy. I would say at least 10, 11 wins each season without discussion. That's how talented this offense is. Even with, whether it's Marcus Mariota at quarterback or Derek Carr. You got Josh Jacobs at running back, who, by the way, is a sleeper fantasy pick, needs to be picked top 10 every single time. Henry Ruggs is on his way to being one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Brian Edwards, the former 2020 third-round pick. Love what I see there. Zay Jones, there you got Willie Snead. Also Hunter Renfrow, the former Clemson product, excuse me. So, there's a lot of things here from this team that I, like, and also probably arguably the best tight end in football, in Darren Waller, which, yes, no, maybe so, we'll see. But at the end of the day, there is a lot to love about this Las Vegas Raiders squad, and I think there's a lot to take away from it. Richie Incognito still playing some good football. Colton Miller has somewhat of a resurgence. This Alex Leatherwood, I don't know about a first-round draft pick, but you know what? We'll see how it all works out in the end. But again, this offensive line, this offense is definitely something to watch out for. I think they're a talented group, and I think they get a lot of flack for no reason. The offensive side of the football, I think this is clearly at least a top 10 offense in the league, and quite honestly, the only reason that this team isn't winning more football games is because, the defense has been lackluster these last couple of years. But I will say, I think that's going to change. Absolutely, 110%. Now, Clelin Ferrell, I get I don't want to say hatred, but I get the reason that Raiders fans are frustrated. Yes, a former, a top 5 pick, you expect a lot better. You expect a lot better things to kind of come out of it, and it just hasn't happened yet. But I will say, I think it's a little early to give up. You got a guy that's got the physical tools that Farrell does. Maybe he's not a starter, but you put Max Crosby in there with the unique Ngagwe, and I think that you could potentially have yourself a great, starting edge duo there, but then bring Cleveland on, on the third downs. I think he could be somewhat kind of impressive. Also, you got Gerald McCoy, Jonathan Hankins, and Quentin Jefferson in the middle there. Solomon Thomas as well, and who knows? Maybe Solomon Thomas can kind of come back and show some things. He, in my mind, when he came out of Stanford, I was absolutely enamored by Solomon Thomas. I was actually very excited because I thought he was going to be. Legit, and it just didn't quite pan out with the 49ers. Only Mustard was able to gather 6 sacks there in 4 seasons. But you never know. Sometimes a change of scenery can do some great things for some players, and maybe that's the thing for Solomon Thomas coming to Las Vegas. Now, again, Unique Ngagwe, great against the pass. We'll see how he does against the run this year. But this defensive line is actually a little underrated in my mind. You also got Carl Nassib and Malcolm Kuntz, who I was a big fan of coming out, and I think especially for the 21 draft, so a former 3rd-round pick out of Buffalo, I had him kind of going in that 2nd, 3rd round, so maybe he can bring up some stuff off the edge. You also got Corey Littleton, And I always want to say, and also Denzel Perryman. Remember when he got that pick after doing all those push-ups? That was great. Also Nick Kwiatkowski. I know I never get his name right, but it is what it is. But I love what I see from the linebackers here. Casey Hayward Jr. Also Trayvon Mooring. I have been on the Trayvon Mooring bandwagon for ever since he was drafted by the Raiders. Like, ever since then, because I think he's going to be a ball-hawking safety that's going to do a lot for this secondary. Jonathan Abram also nothing to gawk at. Tyree Gillespie. There's a lot of talent here that I think this defense is going to be able to put on the board, and they're going to be able to show a lot. I absolutely, truly believe that. So, I think that with all these things, the Raiders are much closer than a lot of people are giving them credit for, and I get it. I understand it. Yes, Derek Carr is not Aaron Rodgers, but I think he's good enough to go and win a Super Bowl with. Absolutely. You give Jacobs the football, you give all these weapons the football, and your defense makes a couple extra stops a game, get you a couple extra turnovers, and all of a sudden things aren't looking so grim. That's right, grim, whatever. But I do think that the Raiders are closer than we think. But let us know what you think. Make sure you guys like, subscribe down below, leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Make sure you check out our website at sportsreadpodcast.com. Give us a listen and a sub on iTunes as well. And in the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Give us a like and follow there. And if you have anything you would like us to cover, just make sure you guys put it in the comment section down below or send us an email at thesportspp@yahoo.com. But let us know what you guys think about the Raiders being closer than we all think.